up. It's The Record Machine with your host, Jimmy Howell.
I feel it on my skin, running down my face. Here we are again, just a beggar and a thief. Pour another glass of red wine, smoke another cigarette, like the bitter sting of moonshine in the long hard rain. Long hard rain. You can take it on the run, throwing caution to the wind, like a bullet from a six gun, a silver dagger on your head. Got me turning on a straight line in this one-story town, with your finger on the trigger, lead me back to the well. You've been dragging this heart around, just another tough love tattooed clown. Oh, still hanging on a heartbreak melody, waiting on love to set us free. Set us free. I can feel it on my skin, still running down my face. Here we are again, both a beggar and a thief. So pour another glass of red wine, smoke that last cigarette, and with the bitter sting of moonshine comes the long hard rain. Ooh, you've been dragging this heart around, just another tough love tattooed clown. Oh, still hanging on a heartbreak melody, waiting on love to set us free. You've been dragging my heart around, just another tough love tattooed clown. Oh, still hanging on a heartbreak melody, waiting on love to set us free. Set us free.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome singer-songwriter Cory M. Coons to the program. Cory, how you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
Not bad.
Nice. Awesome, man.
The last time that me and you spoke on the air was October of last year. Since then, you put out a brand new single, Long Hard Rain. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I didn't realize actually it's been since last October. That's pretty cool. But yeah, the new single's Long Hard Rain, and it was produced with my good friend Mark Muir, who's been my lead guitar player over the last few years. We've known each other many years, actually, Mark and I, but he lives in Cornwall, Ontario, so about 45 minutes to an hour drive for me to Cornwall. And we produced the track there mostly at his home studio, Muir's Music Manor. And we tracked some drums with my buddy Kevin Amon, who's my drummer too in my live band. We tracked the drums at his. He's got a music center. It's Rock My House Music Center. I used to teach there too for a while.
Wow.
And so we tracked the drums there first. I just did it with like a sort of my own audio equipment. I have like a Boss BR 1600 unit, like a 16 channel sort of digital recording console type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we tracked some drums there. We got sort of like a bed track for that, and then we sent it to Mark, and he did some editing and sort of like putting it all together and fine tuning the drums kind of thing and getting it set to the click and all that stuff. And then so we built from the drums from there with Mark at his studio, and I tracked all my guitars. He did some guitars and he tracked the bass. I actually got to play guitar solo on this one. Some of my stuff I've done some solos over the years, but I got to track a guitar solo on it, kind of like a little bit like a Mike Campbell sort of vibe, I think, in this song, like for that guitar solo from Tom Petty's band.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that vibe. The song itself, I think, is maybe a little darker, but I don't think it's too dark. I still think it's hopeful, but it's a little darker. It's kind of about, going through like a tough time, I think, and, like a darker cloud of emotions or energy hanging over with your spirit sort of thing. And yeah, it could be about relationships kind of going bad too, I think, in a way. So
yeah, that song's going to be featured in the podcast along with another tune you sent me, Another Lonely Heart. What's the story behind that song?
Yeah, Another Lonely Heart. That's an older, well, not that old, but it's a couple of years old now. It was out on the 33 and a third EP that I released in 2020. It was the third single, or not a single actually, sorry. It's the third track on that EP of 3 songs. I didn't actually get it out as a single. So yeah, that's, it's just one of those sort of rootsy songs. I think it's got like a real roots rock element to it. And that was one of those songs that kind of came together pretty quick. I worked on that one with Mark too. We had 2 songs that were on that EP that ending up on the EP that we worked on in his studio. Well, actually, 3 of them we ended up starting working on in his studio, but we went down to Nashville and we did the 2 other singles there first. And then we brought them back, and we kind of sent stuff back and forth with another friend of mine, Ben Travis, in Nashville, mm-hmm. at Two Cats Recording Studio. That's what it was called. That was in 2020, so just before everything went kind of crazy there, sort of at the end of February in 2020. So
very cool. Now, Long Hard Rain is getting rave reviews and also lots of airplay, even hitting #1 on some stations. What's it like reading great reviews and finding out your songs are charting on radio stations?
Oh, I don't think there's any better feeling like when you see that or you hear that and you get, told that your song's charting even, and then to get to #1, excuse me, on a couple of charts, like it's really, really a cool feeling. I mean, it's it never gets old for me. I don't know if we've talked before, like with me and you, but I've never really been into drugs or any kind of like, real heavy drinking or anything like that. There's no better high in the world for me mm-hmm. than, your music resonating with people and it doing well and people really, really enjoying it. And it's, just reaching as many people as possible. So it's a really good feeling, really cool.
Now, over the years, you've won some awards as an indie artist, correct?
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be nominated and taken home some awards. I guess it kind of started in 2014 when I was down in Los Angeles. I worked with Ron Nevison on the Share a Little Time EP, mm-hmm. and we got to record it in L.A. and San Francisco that year. So that was pretty awesome. That was even just before my daughter was born. That was 2014. So we were down there. I got to go down 3 times that year, and wow. So it's. Getting a chance to go back and then attend the LA Music Awards that fall was really awesome. Getting an award for the EP that year was really cool. Mm-hmm. And then lately, I guess in the last couple of years, it's been the Josie Music Awards have been really sort of taken off. In the southern states there. This is like the 8th year coming up, and I'm hopefully we're hoping to get down there again this October, and I'm nominated twice this year for Freedom Road, the single in Americana, mm-hmm. and the EP too for 33 and a third in the EP of the year category. So I'm lucky enough to get 2 there, and I think there was 3 last year I got nominated for at the same JMAs. I didn't get to go the last couple of years, so here's hoping this year, things will be kind of cool, and it's exciting to be in that sort of talent pool. It's just really, really awesome.
Now, did you ever win a Josie Award?
No, I was nominated in 2019 for the Long Road Home album. That was the first nomination I had. So I haven't taken home anything from the Josie Music Awards. That would be pretty cool. It'd be a real honor, especially having worked with some people from that area now, like with Chris Golden, who's the son of William Lee Golden from the Oak Ridge Boys.
Wow.
He tracked all the piano and keyboards and drums on the Freedom Road single, and he also did a little bit of mandolin, I think it was, on the Good Times Gone single from the 33 1/3 EP. So there's some really cool names, and just, he's an awesome guy, an amazing talent, and the sort of like the country gospel scene too, and he's out there with his family now too. His dad and him are doing the William Lee Golden and the Goldens, and they're playing a lot of shows, and they're going to be performing at the Josie Music Awards at the Grand Ole Opry House. So it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Sounds pretty exciting. You have several albums to date, including a retrospective 1999 to 2010. Any plans of releasing a retrospective part 2, maybe 2010 to present?
It's funny enough you mentioned that. I was thinking of that the other day. I've got lots of stuff always on the back burner that I'm working on, and hopefully there'll be another single coming out maybe sometime early next year or something. We'll see how it all goes. I do have some Christmas stuff I want to get working on, and one with my daughter that I'd like to record, which is a cover song actually of an old John Mellencamp song. You probably know it. It's the I Saw Mama Kissing Santa Claus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, where his daughter at the time sang that sort of backing at the end of the track there. She sang all that little stuff on her own. And so I've been doing that with my daughter the last couple of years. We've been out playing some shows around Christmas time the last couple of years, and she's been doing that. So hoping to get that sort of recorded just as a little cover version of our own. But that's sort of kind of what's been in the works right now. But for like the retrospective thing, that's kind of a really cool idea, because there's some songs that, I think I re-released them with Michael on MTS the last couple of years. They got re-released, and some of them have been like 20, 30, probably 20, 25 years old, some of those songs with my old band Coons, and then some of the solo stuff that was released on the retrospective. But yeah, from 2010 up to now, there's been like most of the stuff. We've worked with Ron Nevison on 2 records, and then out of Nashville on another one. So it's kind of a cool little idea, but you got to be careful. You don't want to, get people buying things over and over that you've already put out. But yeah, it's a cool idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'd buy a copy of it.
Well, that's awesome, because you've been really good for buying the stuff. For me, I always thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I got to pick up the Volume 1. I haven't gotten that one yet. I have a couple of your albums. I think I have one on vinyl, a couple on CD. But yeah, I think I'm going to order that one. The retro.
Oh, that's awesome.
But
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. You should definitely do a part 2 though, with the songs that you're putting out now, and like you said, the songs that you do with your daughter. I think that would be pretty cool too.
Yeah, kind of like a stage in the career again, and then like now that some of these songs in the last decade since working with Ron too, and a lot of them have charted and stuff, whereas the stuff up until probably 2015 or so, it was a lot of stuff got released on CD and stuff throughout the years and sold at shows and everything. It did get some minor radio play in Canada, some of those older songs, but getting a lot more radio play with working with Michael at MTS too. So it gets a lot of traction, a lot of good reviews. So yeah, that's kind of a neat idea. I'll keep that on the back burner for sure.
Now, have you ever done a full-length Christmas album with your daughter, or do you have any plans on doing that?
That's another thing. You just kind of struck a chord right there. That's on my mind, is actually doing either an EP, or if I could get enough songs together that I want to do for Christmas covers, plus my original that I already have with Burning Bright at Christmas. But yeah, there's some songs that we do, just even been playing with my daughter and I, like I said, the last couple of years. And then there's some covers that I've done over the years. Like there's an old Elvis Blue Christmas, a version of that, where it's kind of like a karaoke version I did way a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of singing like Elvis, but I don't know if I would record it that way. I'd probably try to
do it your own way,
make it more my own, but with the same arrangement. Yeah, definitely. There's songs like that, and I've talked to Chris Golden a little bit in Nashville about maybe getting back down there and working with him, because he's sent tracks to us, right? We haven't actually worked in person for the last 2.5 years, so since I met him in 2019. So to work with Chris in person, like in the Nashville area, and he's got tons of connections with guys there with his family, and number one with his dad, plus all the guys he's worked with. Like, he's got tons of session guys that have worked on his stuff over the years, I'm sure. So something like that, I just run with it. I'd be like, okay, I'll come in and I'll sing the stuff, and how do you want to do this? You know,
Right.
I'm in your hands here.
Now, your daughter, is music something that she plans on pursuing as a career when she gets older?
I think she really enjoys music. I mean, it's too young, I think, to know whether she's going to pursue it. But she's really always singing around the house. She's really into creating videos now on her tablet. She's really, really good at making her own videos and editing the videos. She's like 8 years old.
Wow.
She's into doing this kind of thing. She makes her own videos, and she's like got a couple little things on TikTok, and then she's got her own stuff. But we use it on my wife's got her own account for YouTube, so we kind of put some stuff there. But yeah, she's very, very talented. So I could see her doing something creative, definitely. And it's a little different now than when a couple of years ago it was really easier to get her up and sing with me when she's really young. But now it's kind of like, okay, well, maybe Dad, maybe I'll come sing with you.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, you mentioned videos on your YouTube page. You have several videos up there, including the new single, Long Hard Rain. Do you come up with the concepts for the lyric videos, or do you have a team that does that for you?
Well, the last two lyric videos, one for Freedom Road, which was the last single prior to Long Hard Rain, and then now Long Hard Rain, was done. They were both done by Gary LeBar and Mike Swain. I'm not sure if you ever had them on your show from the band Walker's K.
No, I don't think I've ever had them on.
Yeah, Gary runs actually an internet radio station called Reality Radio 101 out of Toronto, the Oshawa, Toronto area. Mm-hmm. And so we've been good friends for many years too. And he's the last two, like I said, lyric videos, he's created those himself. He produces the frames, puts all of the images together with the lyrics, and then like he'll send it over to his partner Mike Swain from his band, and he'll do a lot of the editing. And put that together. So he's done the last two. So for lyric videos, yeah, I don't really like if it's a real music video or if it's like a video of footage I have on my own that I did for like Good Times Gone from the Nashville sessions we did. Like I did that myself with my phone and just kind of put that all together, more kind of like a mini documentary for the video almost, Mm-hmm. Kind of turns out that way. I do those, and then we've had live footage done in the past from like some shows, like for Would You Stay off the Long Road Home record. Uh-huh. Yeah, we had some live footage and a video put together for that, and there was another guy, Norrie Kingsbury, from right close to home here, that he did a couple lyric videos for me too, and then sort of edited and put together the footage for that Would You Stay video. And now I did actually all of the footage and put it together for, I was telling you the other day, there's an alternate version of Freedom Road than the lyric video, and I put a lot of footage together from our time in late February there when things were really heating up in Ottawa with the whole Freedom Convoy and stuff. So I took a lot of footage of that, put that all together myself, and had a lot of really positive comments, and a lot of people were asking around that time, you should really get that song involved with like what they were doing and what they were sort of pushing and standing for, right, with the whole convoy thing. So
very
a lot
cool.
of positive comments.
Do you have any shows or events coming up that you'd like to talk about? Yeah,
I actually have two shows this week. I have one coming up Thursday night, Thursday late afternoon. It's going to be a local show in the town of Kemptville, Ontario, and it's called the International Plowing Match. It's kind of like a big farmer thing, like a festival over 4 days, where they have like anything to do with farms and agriculture and all kinds of stuff, tractors and all that stuff for there. So it's the International Plowing Match, and there's a main stage there for the entertainment tent. We're going to play 4 to 5 on the 22nd, which is this Thursday. Mm-hmm. That'll be me and the full band, which we've kind of got sort of a rebranding this year with the guys. We're out playing. It's Cory M. Coons and the Dirt Road Gypsies. So that's the guys get a little push there with the backing band. So. And then Saturday, the 24th, we're in Cornwall. I'm doing, it's going to be more of an acoustics show with my friend Mark on guitar and Kevin Amon on the cajon drum, my good buddy Kevin too. So.
Very cool. Do you have a website you'd like to promote?
Website, yeah, it's still the same, I believe, as last time. It's www.corym, as in Mervyn, Coons.com. Everything's there. Like you got your links for YouTube and Spotify. I think Apple iTunes is there, and yeah, all that stuff. And plus, like you said, you can get physical stuff there if you want to order a CD or something. I'm not sure about the vinyl anymore. I had a good connection with the vinyl, but it seems to have gone through the roof with the cost of it anymore to get it, printed and then to send it from the States to here with all the costs and the exchange. It's getting pretty crazy to do the one actual pressing of an album for somebody as a sort of novelty type thing. So
right, yeah,
but definitely CDs.
Very cool. Now, is there anything you'd like to mention that we didn't talk about today?
Well, thanks again for having me, Jimmy. I mean, it's always awesome to come and chat with you, and I'm glad things are going well for you. I see you're busy all the time with your interviews and the show. I love catching up on stuff, and you send me stuff. It's great to keep in the loop. So thanks for having me, and then all the radio stations lately and all of the reviews, the people that have been doing the reviews on the songs. I want to thank everybody for such a positive feedback on everything. I'm really honored on the latest single. Really proud of it. Really happy for that song, and of course, all the friends and fans that have been following for a number of years. I want to thank you guys so much too, and Michael Stover at MTS for sure. So thank you everybody for everything and all your support.
Well, I want to thank you, Cory, as always, for coming on the show. I consider you a great friend of mine. I mean, we've known each other for a couple of years now, and we don't just talk on the air. I mean, we do talk off the air as well. So,
definitely.
I always look forward to hearing your music and seeing your great videos when they come out.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate it, and I consider you a great friend as well, Jimmy, and it's always an honor and a privilege to come on your show, so thank you so much.
All right, buddy. Well, you have a great rest of your day, and, let's stay in touch, all right?
Definitely. I'll keep you posted, and any new developments that are coming up, and we'll definitely be in touch.
All right, brother. You take care, all right?
You too, man. Have a great one.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Of a heart, we're risen from the sand, driven back to dust, like seeds across the land. And knowledge once supposed from this earthly solid ground, withered down in time from every last account. No one's breaking it. Descending from the light to release our debt in kind, no contention or dismay, leaving all our ties behind. You can walk away, but I can never leave. It's the need that I still breathe, leave it all for us to see. Another lonely heart. No more I can take. We're living worlds apart. And all your life's a stage. Another lonely heart. No more I can take. Believing from the start. Round and round again. I don't wanna fall from the edge of the earth where I might get lost before my time. I don't wanna live in a world of anger. Too much hate only feeds on fear. I don't wanna hear about all the problems. Please, Lord, lead us in our destiny. 'Cause I just wanna get away from it all. So we'll close the door and